Hi, hey, welcome. Oh, I forgot to introduce my co-host Dor. He lets everyone know that we're in a studio right now, so I'm going to go ahead and close them again. And it's just so great to have this nice studio space where I can have these shows, and I have my own green room that I'm always in, but I don't know, it's confusing. Anyway, we've got a great interview today with two outstanding ladies. I have Mikki Sodergren, who is with the American Traditions Competition, which is hosted here in Savannah. And it's a wonderful thing where vocalists from all over come and compete to get valuable prizes, and it's an amazing thing, and it happens annually, and it just grows and grows and grows. And this year was an outstanding competition. And I also have Jennifer Bishop from the Savannah Repertory Theater, whom I've done 2 shows with, and she had an upcoming show that was supposed to be in production right now, which has been postponed until June. So she's going to talk about that a little bit. But before we get started, I felt like my production value was lacking a little. So I decided I would ramp it up a little bit here. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? I don't know. I think it's going to work. I have an intro. This is my intro. So here we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, that was it. It's a bit silly. I'll probably do another one tomorrow, but that was fun. So let's bring my guests on. I see that this one just seems to be smiling right now, so I'm going to bring her on. Bring Mikki on. Hey, guys.
Hey.
I liked it.
You liked it
too. That was nice.
Yeah. Molly had the comment. She said, "Dad, it's too dark." It's like, well, yeah, it's black. That's what it is. So anyway, welcome. We do have like maybe 6 people watching now. If you're out there, say something. Let us know you're here. Have a comment. So how's everybody doing?
Good. Having my daily vodka. I'm just kidding. It's water.
Yeah.
I have a bit more vodka in my glass, actually.
Good for you.
Jen, how you doing?
I'm good. I haven't had anything yet, but that's because I just woke up.
Good for you.
I mean, my schedule is all sorts of crazy now.
Yeah, imagine so. Yeah, I mean, do you have any work that's going on right now, or are you just kind of just hanging out?
I mean, we go to the theater when we can or when we feel too cooped up. So we're renovating the green room at the theater right now, which was supposed to be just painting, but now we've like torn down a wall.
It's a good time for
like
project.
and we're gonna be doing some. We have to replace some drywall and things like that. You know, a ceiling. It's fine.
Yeah.
But, you know, we have time. So
Right. Yeah, I stained my deck this weekend. That was my big project for the weekend.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun. It's orange though. It's like really, really orange. We're hoping that it fades, but we're not sure.
We've got time before you can have anyone over. So
That's true. Yeah.
Hopefully the sun will help.
Yeah, I think so. The brick, we have a brick house, so it's like a red brick, and then there's like this bright orange, and I don't know.
That
Anyway.
sounds nice.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Be nice when the weather's like it is now. And the weather's gorgeous right now, which is amazing.
Right?
Hey, Mikki.
So my parents.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hi, Mikki's parents. That's so nice. So, Mikki, how about you? How are you doing? What are you busying yourself with right now?
A couple different things. One, catching up on a lot of books that I've been wanting to read that, books tend to fall by the wayside, right? When we're in our normal lives. I've been working on some music. I just did a project today for my church. I work at a church in New York and sing there professionally. And since we don't have church services, we put together an online video of our motet for Good Friday. So we could put that online and the parishioners could, enjoy that and have a little bit of music in their lives. And it was kind of fun for us to do that.
Will that be available to the public, or is that just for the church?
I don't know the answer to that yet. I imagine it'll probably be available to the public, but they have to do a big editing thing. I don't really know what they're going to do with it, but I will say that we made a first attempt at it. It was supposed to go out on Sunday, and it was so bad that they made us all do it again.
Oh no.
It's hard to put together a group of people to do, something with correct cutoffs and everyone kind of sounding the same and moving together when, you're just in your house and you have a piano plunking out what you want to do with you. So
yeah. Did either of you see that John Krasinski's Good News thing yesterday?
Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it's
so
amazing.
Fun.
Yeah. I'm just trying to imagine how they did it. I noticed that a lot of them had like earbuds in, and I can't imagine that it was all done at the same time. I think they had to like record it in pieces.
Probably.
I'm sure they edited it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Abigail Eller says, "Love seeing these faces." That's so
Aww,
nice.
hey, Abby. Miss you.
Great to know you're watching. That's awesome. So what I've been doing is I've basically been working all day, and then I section a part of my day just to do this, which is nice because it keeps me sane. But other than that, I mean, the kids they're in classes all day, kind of in and out. It's a very weird schedule. My son says, I have a Zoom meeting at 11, so he gets up at 10 to go to the Zoom meeting at 11. He's observing summer hours. But also, Molly, actually, she went to a Zoom meeting yesterday with Betsy Wolfe and Christy Atterworth.
Great.
Yeah. They had like a Zoom meeting where they could attend and ask some questions. And I think Christy, who was in, gosh, what is it? The Russian princess.
Anastasia?
Yes. She was Anastasia. And she sang a song at the end, which was
Christy Altamari.
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
That's great.
But yeah, so my wife and I saw Betsy Wolfe in Waitress, and then Molly and I went to New York and I saw it again with her. So she got to experience that show and all the beautiful music, but also it was really cool for her to get to have a Zoom meeting with her, which is it's crazy that this has basically kind of put us all on like one level.
Yeah.
And we can reach out to people whoever we want. But at the same time, I mean, it feels like, well, I guess hashtag alone together is the main thing.
It's true. I mean, I had a FaceTime with my two cousins that live in San Diego, California the other day. That's the first time we've ever done that. And it's interesting how we're now remembering how important it is for us to communicate with friends and family and other people in general, something we probably took for granted before,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. What about you, Mikki? Have you done anything like that or?
Yeah, I've been much more in touch with my cousins. My family is kind of scattered all across the Midwest, and I've been on the phone with my grandparents, with my cousins, with my parents. It's been nice to bring people together, and also, old people that I went to high school or college with that I haven't spoken to in a while. It's just different pockets of people wanting to connect, which is kind of nice to see.
Yeah, it is nice. I think I've had 2 Zoom meetings with my family, like my siblings, where we've all gotten on, and we never even talk like once a month most of the time, but it for the past 2 weeks, we've all gotten in a room and been able to talk together. It's just, it warms my heart to have that, even though I can't like go to a restaurant or go see a show or something like that. But the other thing that I've noticed is that like on our street, people are actually going outside and doing things when I can't remember them doing that since I was a kid. You know, you hardly ever saw anybody out, but now it's everybody's out, like throwing a Frisbee or everybody's walking their dogs, of course, but everybody's walking around, avoiding each other,
That's
but
good.
still walking around, which is really cool. What part of North Carolina are you in?
I'm in Asheville. There's
That's
also
right.
a lot of dogs here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people out. There's been a lot of motorcycles. You know,
Yeah.
kind of. I think if you have a motorcycle, it's a great time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Go off by yourself, do whatever you want. I think motorcyclists are loving it. But yeah, you know, it's nice to be in Asheville. But one thing that's fun about Asheville are all like the gathering spots, like the breweries and the distilleries and barbecue, and it's not really available anymore.
Yeah.
Luckily, the mountains still are for hiking, but
Oh, that's good.
people are out here. But I know in New York, I left New York a little over a week ago, and they just shut down all the dog parks. Speaking of
Oh,
dogs,
man.
people weren't respecting not going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
So yeah, we've got our beach here that
I didn't hear about that.
maybe people can go to. I don't really know. Like the governor said that they can go, but of course the mayor said that they can't go, or she doesn't want them to come. But we'll see what happens. Let's see. Get Gumped says, "Hey, Get Gumped.
Hey,
Do you guys know who that is?" He's his name is Justin, and he's Forrest Gump is what he is, but he's our downtown Forrest Gump. That
he's the Forrest Gump guy.
yeah, he's the Forrest Gump guy.
Hey,
Good guy. Are you typing, Jen?
No,
What is that noise?
I don't know. I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm
hearing it too.
outside, so there could be just noise coming from other places.
I see.
I feel like every time I come out on my patio, all of a sudden there's like music coming from somebody's house that never had music coming from it before. Or, you know, people working on their cars that they've never worked on before outside.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen so many neighbors that I never knew existed. I mean, we would walk all the time. I mean, at least like 2 or 3 times a week we'd go outside and walk, but now we see all these people that we've never seen before that apparently have lived here this whole time. And I don't know, it's just crazy.
it is crazy.
So, Mikki,
Yes.
what did you have any projects coming up that you were going to be working on that have stalled or have moved or?
My entire work season through June got canceled within a matter of 2.5 days.
Wow.
Which happened a while back, so it's not fresh for me anymore. But I did just have one more project get canceled maybe 2 days ago.
Really?
Email that they were holding out, hoping that things would get better, and they now realize that they're not. But it's not. One project was postponed. Everything else was outright canceled, and they, it's small nonprofits putting on concerts, and they raise the money for the concert, and then they pay the artists from that.
Yeah.
They don't have stores and reserves to pay us, so it's just like all the money was gone. But that's all right. We're all in this together.
We are. We're all in this together. I just have to ask, Jen, were you just kissing your camera?
No, I was blowing it to see if maybe the mic was, because there's still staticky coming through, or maybe no.
Yeah.
Anymore. Oh no, it's still there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I did mute you for a second, so it is definitely your mic, but it's okay. I can live with it. We can pretend somebody's eating chips in the background.
Yeah, chips. What kind of chips? Sun chips?
Well,
I like jalapeno,
I will say
so.
I have had to get a new phone, and it's on its way to me because I've had other problems the last couple days with it. So I just went ahead and upgraded my phone just recently. So it could be a number of things that have decided to happen to my phone since a couple days ago.
That's fun. So you had Light in the Piazza coming up at the end of May. Is that right?
Oh yeah, we were going to be starting rehearsals soonish. April, like mid-April, so like a couple of weeks from now we would have started rehearsals. And we moved it to the beginning of June, kind of hoping maybe, you know, it would just give us more time to kind of evaluate the situation. But obviously we're in the same situation that we've been in, kind of just unknowing of what's going to happen. We've put ticket sales on hold because if ultimately we have to cancel, then we don't want to have to deal with a ton of reservations, you know, rescheduling or refunding or whatnot.
Totally.
This whole thing is going to dictate kind of what our next season is too. So we put our announcement on hold as well.
Yeah.
If it's possible, we try to move the show into next season somehow, or I don't know, maybe try to do like a concert version that might help at least slot it in somewhere, but maybe won't be like an entire production of it.
Right.
But obviously this is going to depend on the cast and even if we're going to be allowed to do it, because you know, Broadway, there are rumors now that nothing's going to happen for the whole summer.
Yeah.
At least from the people that I've talked to.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the idea of are people even going to want, even if they're allowed to go out, are they going to want to go out? You know,
Right.
be in a gathered situation, trapped in a room with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to fly actors down here, you know,
Yeah.
from New York?
Well, I'll tell you one thing that people can do right now, which is they can support you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I've given them a link to do that. No problem. I did have my other co-host. I think she wanted to say hello. So why don't you come on in
Hey
here,
guys,
Molly?
hey Molly.
Hey, Molly.
How's it going?
Good.
Was that all you wanted to
Zoom
say?
meeting
Have
today?
classes today?
Not all of stuff.
Do you have classes today?
Oh yeah, I had music theory today.
Ooh, fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
super
lots of
important.
fun.
You
Is
look
that
like
it?
I didn't have anything specific to say.
She was not expecting to be on today. She just kind of peered through the door, so I opened it.
Molly, I was thinking
Not-
about you today. I was
Oh,
thinking
really?
that your song from Ghost really makes a lot of sense in this time right now. Nothing stops another day. And it's just kind of like,
Oh, that's
It
so
does,
true.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
every day is the same.
Mhm.
Randomly,
Yeah,
I
why
thought
don't
it was
you- why don't you
before
go ahead and sing it?
No, I actually am not warmed up.
Sing a little bit.
No?
My throat's feeling a little.
Oh, you're fine. Oh, okay, that's true. Okay, yeah, I remember that now. Okay, well, if you want to go back to your work, that's fine too. All right. Bye, Molly.
Hi, Molly.
She had a rough day yesterday, so I think her voice is not quite all there. She overextended herself a little bit. I just muted you for a second, Jen, but I'll bring you back on. It was too chippy. It was too potato chippy for a moment. Are you gonna move? She's gonna move. We'll see if it makes it any better. But yeah. So Molly and I were both cast in Seussical, and we were in the middle, really early rehearsals, and it's supposed to start at the end of May. They don't know when it's going to start yet. So that's with the Children's Theater.
The Children's Theater.
Yeah.
What a great show. What were you playing?
Yeah. I'm the mayor.
The mayor.
Mm.
What was Molly? A bird?
She was one of the bird girls. Yes. Not Maisie or Gertrude, but one of the three. I guess you could
the
say.
sassafras ladies.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's perfect.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Oh,
Is
she
it on?
that too.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Well, I can't wait until you get your new phone, Jen. That's gonna be exciting.
I wish, like, I tried to do it on my iPad, but it wouldn't let me for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Did you do it in the browser?
Yeah. Maybe I'll try again.
Yeah. So you said you hadn't seen the good news, some good news?
I haven't watched it yet, no, but everyone else has been posting it that it was so great today. So I'll definitely check it out later today.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to tell people about that they can donate to help out with theater or performance or classical voice?
Things to donate to?
Yeah.
Well, there's some general donation options on Facebook right now. I think there's something called the Artist Relief Fund or Artist Relief Tree, and it's kind of was started by some of my friends actually, and they've raised over $300,000 or $400,000 already
Really?
on Facebook, and they're giving out $250 to any artist that applies.
Wow.
And they had to keep raising the budget of how much they were trying to raise to match how much requests were coming in. There's also the option to donate to the American Traditions Competition, Artist Relief Tree. Yes, thank you.
Yes. Right
the American Traditions Competition, we were so lucky that our event happened in February, late February, right before this really took off. It was already on the news, it was already on our radars, but it wasn't necessarily affecting the country as a whole yet. And I remember a few weeks ago, I texted David Pratt at the Savannah Music Festival, and I said, hey, I'm thinking about you guys during this time. I hope everything turns out for you. And at noon that day, they made a public announcement they were canceling the festival.
Oh, wow.
You know, so it's really affecting so many people. And there's just, if there's any organization that a person already enjoys and appreciates, I encourage them to donate to it. It doesn't have to be my organization. It doesn't have to be Jen's organization. We'd both be happy to have your donations, but you know, every organization is struggling equally right now, and artists are struggling so much because most artists are independent contractors.
Right.
And you know, it's a rough time for everybody, and small business owners too. I mean, it's just rough for everyone.
Yeah.
How's it affecting you, Chris?
So for me, because the industry that I'm in as my 9-to-5 job is what they call an essential trade. I don't do any trading myself. I'm an IT director for the company, but I'm essential to that essentialness. So I'm not as much affected as anything else. But in my passion, of course, I am very affected, and I feel it among everybody that's out there that's doing what they do. Jen, with your theater, and Mikki with your voice. I mean, because that's how you make your daily. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Jen. I was trying to mute you. Unmute you. There you go.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be any better, but it's gotten a little more laxed. I can't
Sounds
hear
better.
it as bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hear it that bad now. Let's see. Oh,
block
I
my
just saw
light
your
from my
private messages from earlier, Jen.
Yeah.
But-
No, it got worse when I moved, and I was like, oh, maybe I should stop this. But now it's gotten just fine. Weirdly.
Yeah, sounds good. But there you go. That's the American Traditions Competition website. You can find out more about the organization, of course, and you can donate to the organization. And they also have a junior American Traditions competition. And
Did
you
Molly
guys,
compete in that?
She did.
She did.
Great.
She did. It was a lot of fun. I think she wants to do it again, so we'll see.
Good.
What else was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say, I mean, there's no reason why you guys can't do that at this point because of scheduling.
Yeah, no, we're still planning on doing it. We're planning on doing it late November. But you know what's tricky, and I'm sure you're running into this as well, Jen, is every organization is thinking about rescheduling things. And Savannah is a very finely tuned Tetris game of all the different productions and art groups. And there's going to be a lot of shifting that's going to be happening, especially in the summer and fall, and how to make all those pieces fit so we're not overlapping and taking each other's audiences. So that's kind of the fun challenge for the fall. But no, I don't think it's going to affect the high school competition unless it affects the school year.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, so far they're not taking any days away from the school year, which is good. But I mean, there's no physical school right now. It's just everybody working remotely. My son has lost his senior prom as well as his graduation. They'll do something, but they don't know what it is yet.
Well,
But
we
it's
can't
hard.
get together.
Yeah, they can't get together. Exactly.
Well, and that's the big question mark. How long is it going to take for people?
I don't know.
It's a cute freeze.
She
See, this is why I
has,
was outside.
Oh no, you're back. You're back.
Oh, okay. No, I was just saying that how long it's going to take for people to feel comfortable gathering, even.
yeah,
You know, it could be that everybody just cannot wait to gather and they're not going to care and they just need the interaction, or people are just going to be super hesitant, especially the community. And let's be honest, the community that supports the arts the most is the older community.
yeah,
And they're the ones that are at high risk. So how long is it going to be before they're going to feel comfortable going out and supporting and buying that ticket?
Totally.
And they're also not as being, what's the word? They're not as internet friendly, you know, they don't. And so if we get to that point where we're live streaming shows, or we're trying to sort out some type of option to send out a recorded production of some kind, if that's where we end up having to go for a while, are they even going to have the access? You know, are they going to understand how to do it?
right.
So I think that's my biggest concern is, do we even try, knowing that half of our audience, if not more, aren't going to want to come out or aren't going to be able to figure out how to see the show, even if we can put it online.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm more than willing to help support that effort on the aging population side, be able to support them in getting set up. I don't know how that could happen, but I do it on a day-to-day basis anyway. I have a somewhat aging population at work. It's kind of maybe 25% aging and the other 75% of millennial coming through and all that other mess. But I'm
That'd
ready.
be awesome.
You can be the tech director of the greater Savannah area.
There you go. Perfect.
Don't you need more to do?
There's a lot of people that don't even like going online to purchase their tickets,
Yes. So
let alone, you know, live streaming something or, you know, Zooming.
People like the physical. They like having the
Yeah.
physical
and
objects.
like, especially people of the generation you're talking about, Jenna, really like the face-to-face interaction.
They do. And that's the whole reason they love theater.
Yeah.
I mean, we love being right there. That's the other thing. Our shows are right there. We don't have a huge proscenium house where there's like 12 feet between the front row and the actor at the end of the, you know, stage. We're like
That's
2 feet
my
away.
mom. My mom is just stating that she knows how to use technology. So
Yes. No, my parents do too, but there's still a huge number of people that don't.
right. Yeah. And it is the mainstay. Definitely here in Savannah, it's the mainstay of most theater. Children's theater may be an exception to that, but I mean, the nature of it is that the parents will come see it and the grandparents. But yeah, it's where we're at. Well, guys, this has been great. I've enjoyed it, and I think Jen just decided to drop off.
Then you changed.
Oh, there she is.
Sorry, a phone came.
You were gone for a minute. Oh, Gloria Rigsby's watching. Hi, Gloria. Gloria says, yes, people love the human connection presented through live theater. I absolutely agree.
It can't be replaced.
I mean, the performers certainly enjoy it. I know that much. I love seeing a live face in front of me. So, but.
And how do you present that successfully through, you know, a streaming medium?
Right.
Without, you know, the way that they do it on like Fox or NBC when they do their live productions. You know, they have an entire like multi-million-dollar camera setup.
Right.
And a live audience.
But it still seems like, even to me, that still seems like plastic in a way.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Mm-mm.
It's the same for the people that are in the audience watching those.
Yeah, exactly.
I had friends that were at Jesus Christ Superstar last year, and they said it was the most amazing thing. And of course, or maybe it was 2 years ago, but I watched it on TV and enjoyed it. But the people that were in the audience said it was like the coolest thing ever.
Oh,
Yeah, and by the way, they're representing that, I think, this
On
weekend.
Yeah.
yeah, I loved that one.
Me too. It's great.
Yeah, that'll be good. Any last words?
Wash your hands.
Yes.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Hashtag alone together.
Spend time with your dogs.
Yeah.
If you have dogs, I have cats.
You have dogs or cats.
And
I'm
support
separated
the
from my
arts in
cat
any way
right
you
now.
can.
Aw.
You know, support the arts in any way you can.
Absolutely.
Watch something, watch a stream of somebody playing their music if they're doing it, you know, buy a t-shirt from somebody's company, buy a gift card, you know. If you see that they have shows like in December or something already scheduled, buy a ticket already now, because that could help them between now and then.
That's
That
a great
income
idea.
comes to them now, which means that they can use it for later.
Yeah.
You know, and if you have the money, donate, you know, to any number of great, you know, we have so many wonderful organizations here in town that are nonprofit.
It's so true.
Yeah. And Savannah already has a really great initiative of buy local, and that's true of any community. It's a really important time to invest into locally owned businesses rather than, you know, massive chains, because the massive chains probably have the ability to make it through this, but a small locally owned business, whether it be arts related or a restaurant or whatever it may be, might not have the ability to make it through without those kind of investments from the community. So it's a good time to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And if you are a retailer, a restaurant selling food out of your door, make sure to include a roll of toilet paper. I think that's most important. There's like 2 or 3 that have done that, huh?
Or a little sanitizer.
A little sanitizer. That'd be good too. Anyway, and the other thing I was going to suggest, like in the near future, when we do open our doors again and people are being extra cautious, maybe branded face masks.
There you go.
That's genius.
Or branded pop sockets too for phones.
That's good.
Yeah.
Is that for sanitary reasons though? The pop socket?
It's not actually.
No.
But as long as it's getting things branded, they might as well get pop sockets too.
Might as well. People love
Might as
pop
well.
sockets.
Just, you know, swag. Just swag in
Swag.
general. Any kind of swag.
Yes.
Jen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh,
And-
thank you.
Mikki, thank you for coming in at the last minute. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
This has been great, and I love this combo that you guys have made too. It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to let you guys go back to whatever it is you're doing, which I'm sure is very exciting and important.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Absolutely.
All right.
Coffee.
Drink some more vodka, Mikki.
Yes. Well,
There you go. Wine.
My
Red
dog,
wine?
my poor dog's like looking at me.
Yeah. He's like, what are you
is
doing?
going on?
All right. Bye, Jen. Bye, Mikki. Hi, guys. That was so much fun. Tomorrow we have Madison. Oh, I can't say your middle name, Madison. I'm so sorry. And Gerald. Madison and Gerald are coming, a married couple, and they are lovely people. And they do theater, and they act, and they do all sorts of things. So they will be on tomorrow. Come back and check us out and do good work. I don't know. Keep the light on. Keep the light going of inspiration and performance in whatever way you can during this time that theaters are dark, because it's important. People need this. And I will see you tomorrow.